Good morning, children. We are going to start the new topic of Indian economy, that is poverty in India. As we all know that poverty is the biggest problem of any of the developing country, and as it is written in the screen also you can see the biggest enemy of the health in the developing world is poverty. So in this chapter we are going to cover and going to learn that what is poverty and who are the poor, what is poverty line, trend of poverty in India, number and percentage of the poor, causes of poverty, measures of remove poverty, measures adopted by the government to remove poverty and unemployment or poverty alleviation programs. So let us start with the meaning. What is poverty? So poverty is the inability to fulfill the basic requirements of life. The minimum requirement includes food, clothing, housing, education, and health facilities. When the person is not able to fulfill these minimum requirements, then the person is called poor. If these minimum requirements are not fulfilled, a man undergoes pain and suffering. There is loss of health and efficiency. Sickness and disabilities render him helpless in all walks of life. Generation after generation, he lives in poverty, grows in poverty, and dies in poverty. Poverty breeds or multiplies itself. The another definition or another meaning of poverty is being hungry, not having a food to eat. Poverty is lack of shelter. Poverty is being sick and not able to see the doctor. Poverty is not having access to school and not knowing how to read. Poverty is not having a job and is fear for the future, living one day at a time. So the person who's having all these problems in his life, the person is said to be poor. So basically poverty is a situation and poor is a person who are having all these conditions in his life. Now the category of poverty. So poverty is categorized in two ways. First is relative poverty and another is absolute poverty. Relative poverty and absolute poverty. So under relative poverty, the economic conditions of different region and countries is compare the per capita income and national income. Under absolute poverty, it refers to measure of poverty keeping in view the per capita intakes of calories and minimum level of consumption. Under relative poverty, the country or class of people whose living is low is treated as poor or relatively poor in comparison to the countries or class of people having high level of living. Relative poverty is also interpreted in terms of inequality of income within the country. For example, in India, share in the national income of 20% of the people at the bottom is barely 8.1%, while that of 20% of people at the top is 45.3%. Another, absolute poverty. The concept of poverty is used as a measure of absolute poverty, that is poverty line. Now what is poverty line? It refers to the cutoff point in terms of per capita expenditure that divides people of a region as poor and non-poor. For example, in India, person who spend rupees 816 on consumption in rural area and rupees 1000 in urban area per month are treated as those below the poverty line. Based on the new official line in 2011 and 12, poverty rate in India is estimated to be 21.9%. In terms of the total number of absolute poor, 21.9% in India covers over 50% of the absolutely poor in the world. So basically, relative poverty is when the person is poor in comparison to other person, other family, or other country. So that is called relative poverty. Absolute poverty gives us a line. Those who are below those line or on that line, they are called people, those who are poor, or their situation is poverty. Now, what is poverty line? As we have already discussed, that poverty line refers to the cutoff point in terms of per capita expenditure that divides people of a region as poor and non-poor. So, it is a line which indicates the level of purchasing power requirement to satisfy the minimum needs of a person. It represents the capacity to satisfy the minimum level of human needs. The line divides the people in two groups, above poverty line and below poverty line. So here in this graph you can see the rural people, urban people, and the now the another topic is measurement of poverty. How the poverty is measured? So basically the poverty is measured by the two methods. One is income method and another is expenditure method. Under expenditure method, the minimum food requirement for survival is estimated. The food value is converted into calories, and the calories value of food is then converted into money value in rupees. The total equivalent amount is considered as the poverty line. On another hand, in income method, the method is used by the government while distributing food through PDS at the local level. PDS is public distribution system. Under this, a poverty line is fixed by the government. All the families whose total income is less than the poverty line fixed by the government are considered as BPL, below poverty line. सो आपने देखा है जो BPL बिलो पावर्टी लाइन आते हैं उनका एक राशन कार्ड बनता है जिससे उनको वन प्राइस शॉप या ऐसे PDS सिस्टम्स के थ्रू राशन और तेल वगैरह मिलता है. तो ये आपका इनकम मेथड के अंदर में आ जाता है. Now, how is poverty line fixed in India? So there are some procedure for it. In this estimation of consumption cutoff, only private consumption expenditure is considered. In private consumption expenditure, we consider not only food items but non-food items as well. For the consumption of food items, we work out per capita consumption of calories. Frequency distribution is formed with the different class intervals showing the range of the calorie consumption and the level of calorie consumption. Higher class shows higher range of calorie consumption and lower class will show lower range of calorie consumption. Frequencies are recorded against each class interval. Each frequency count the number of heads belong to a particular consumption class. Finally, head count ratio is worked out showing poor and non-poor separately from the rural and urban areas. The ratio shows the percentage of population below poverty line. And under fixing of calories norm, कैलोरीज नॉर्म हम किस में फिक्स कर रहे हैं? एक्सपेंडिचर मेथड में. सो फिक्सिंग ऑफ कैलोरीज नॉर्म फॉर द रूरल एंड अर्बन households, average calories requirement is determined to be 2435 and 2045 respectively for the rural areas and urban areas population. So rural areas में आपकी calorie consumption 2435 and urban areas में 2045 calories. It is higher in the case of rural population because hard working male population is found to be higher in rural areas. Now here are some poverty alleviation programs started by the government to remove poverty and unemployment. So in this, the very first is Swarn Jayanti Gram Swarojgar Yojana. It is also called in short form SGSY. To remove poverty from the rural areas, Swarn Jayanti Gram Swarojgar Yojana was launched in the village in April 1999. It replaced the earlier program like Integrated Rural Development Program, IRDP, Training of Rural Youth for Self-Employment, TRY, SEM, etc. Under this program, a large number of small enterprises were established in rural area. The small enterprises were organized as individual enterprises as well as on collective basis as SHGs, that is self-help groups. In 2011 and 12, SGSY scheme was reconstructed into National Rural Livelihood Mission. Next is your Sampurna Gramin Rozgar Yojana, SGRY. This is launched on 1st September 2001. Jawahar Gram Samriddhi Yojana and Employment Assurance Scheme were integrated into a single Yojana, and the main objective of this Yojana is to provide employment opportunity to the surplus workers, to focus on the development of regional economic and social condition, to focus on the development of infrastructure. And this Yojana has set a target of creating 100 crore man days for labor. Now it has been subsumed in Manrega. Next is your Prime Minister Rozgar Yojana. So the scheme is for providing employment to educate unemployed. The scheme provides a loan up to rupees 1 lakh for opening his own enterprise and rupees 2 lakh for other activities. Next is your Swarn Jayanti Shahri Rozgar Yojana. This Yojana was launched on December 1st, 1997. Nehru Rozgar Yojana and Prime Minister Integrated Urban Poverty Eradication Program have been merged with this Yojana. The objective of this Yojana is to provide self-employment or wage employment to urban unemployed or underemployed persons. It includes the following two programs: Urban Self-Employment Program and Urban Wage Employment Program. Of the total expenditure of this project, 75% is borne by the central government and remaining 25% by the state government. Next is your Pradhan Mantri Gram Udyog Yojana, that is PGY. It was launched in 2001. It aims at improving the standard of living of the rural people by providing 5 important areas: health, primary education, drinking water, housing, roads. It incorporates 3 projects: Pradhan Mantri Gram Sadak Yojana, which is focused was on building all-weather roads by 2007 in all village having population of 5,000 person or more. Second, Pradhan Mantri Gramin Awas Yojana and Pradhan Mantri Gramin Drinking Water Yojana. There are many more schemes also, like National Rural Livelihood Mission, Jai Prakash Rozgar Guarantee Yojana, then development of small and cottage industries, minimum need program. So they are Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Act, that is Manrega. This is one of the very important. Under this act, all those who are willing to undertake unskilled manual work at a minimum wage are offered employment for a minimum period of 100 days. Those seeking employment are to report in those rural areas where the employment program is being launched. This program is becoming extremely popular in the rural areas. Accordingly to one estimate, the total number of individuals who have benefited from this program was risen by 6.22 crore in 2014 and 15 to 7.77 crore in 2018 and 19. Now, what is the outlook for poverty alleviation programs? So, poverty alleviation program is expected to make better program or better progress in the next 50 years than in the past, as a trickle-down effect of the growing middle class. Increasing stress on education, reservation of seats in government job, and the increasing empowerment of women and the economically weaker section of the society are also expected to contribute to the elevation of poverty. It is incorrect to say that all poverty reduction programs have failed. The growth of the middle class indicates that economic prosperity has indeed been very impressive in India, but the distribution of wealth is not at all even. After the liberalization process and moving away from the socialist model, India is adding 60-70 million people to its middle class every year. 60-70 million people to its middle class every year. At the current rate of growth, a majority of Indians will be middle class by 2025. Now, the next thing, what are the causes of poverty? The very first causes of poverty is British rule. How? Can you explain? We all know that how British rule exploited India. Before British rule, India is known as golden bird. But after, when we all in the first chapter we already read this, that India has become the exporter of raw material for Britain and importer of finished goods. So this is the major and biggest reason that India is becoming poor because of British rule. Next is low level of national product or rural economy. Rural economy means low rate of growth. So rate of growth of economy has been quite low during 5-year plans in India. During the period of planning, growth rate of GDP has been nearly 5%. But owing to nearly 2% growth rate of population, per capita income grew by 3% only. Low growth rate of per capita income has tended to sustain poverty. Next, heavy pressure of population. Population has been rising at a rapid pace. This rise is mainly due to a rapid fall in the death rate. Growth rate of the population was 1.0% in 1941 to 51 and 2.1% in 1991 to 2001. In terms to its size, India's population was 84.63 crore in 1991 and 121 crore in 2011. Heavy pressure of population adds to dependency burden, implying greater poverty. Next is chronic unemployment and underemployment. India is a country sustaining chronic unemployment and underemployment. Poverty is just a reflection of unemployment. In 2011 and 12, the number of unemployed person in India was around 2.45 crore. It further increased to 4.35 crore till March 2016. Next is lack of proper industrialization. Capital deficiency or capital is one of the principal factor of economic growth. Accumulation of capital point to a rise in economic production capacity of a nation. Unfortunately, capital stock and capital formation continue to be highly deficient. Lack of capital point to low production capacity. In turn, low production capacity lead to low level of employment, and low level of employment implies high level of poverty. I think the concept is clear. If there is lack of capital and lack of industrialization, so the production capacity of the economy also reduces. When production capacity reduces, employment reduces, and reduce in employment cause high level of poverty. Social factors, we all know energy. The social structure of our country is full of outdated traditions and institutions like caste system and joint family system. Such traditions and institutions obstruct dynamic change in the economy. Growth rate is hampered and poverty is sustained. Last is India's economic policies. This is basically that we all read in our second chapter कि what kind of economic policy we are having, how we are in loss after independence, what are the things we faced. So that is also one of the major reason. What are the condition of our industries, what are the condition, how we are begging for grains and everything from other countries, how we have taken loan from the World Bank. These all things we have already studied in second chapter. So that is also one of the reason of poverty. Now some more general causes. Unemployment and underemployment arising in a part for Protestant policies pursued till 1991 that prevented high foreign investment. About 60% of the population depend on agriculture, whereas the contribution of agriculture to the GDP is about 18%. High population growth rate, although demographers generally agree that this is a symptom rather than cause of poverty. Now, the most important thing, poverty in the state of India. As we all know, one half of India's poor is located in 3 states of, that is Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Madhya Pradesh. Maharashtra, West Bengal and Orissa account for 22.5% of poverty. Next, female literacy and infant mortality rate. Lack of food and health care due to low income and assets in association with the higher probability of a newborn child dying between birth and the age of 1. High female literacy rate has a major impact on IMR. If more women were literate, then this problem is going to be sorted out. Now there are some facts and figures related to poverty. As of 2005, 85.7% of population lives on less than $2.50 PPP, that is purchasing power parity. It is purchasing power parity is person who was able to purchase a good or services for their satisfaction. The Planning Commission of India has estimated that 27.5% of the population living below the poverty line in 2004 and 5. Between 1999 and 2008, the annualized growth rate for Gujarat, Haryana and Delhi is 8.8%, 8.7% or 7.4% were much higher than the Bihar, Uttar Pradesh and Madhya Pradesh, that is 5.1%, 4.4% and 3.5%. Poverty rates in Odisha is 43%. Now if we do interstate comparison, the percentage of population below poverty line is different in different states of India. As we have already read, it is reported to be the highest in UP, Bihar, Odisha, Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand, Manipur, Assam and Madhya Pradesh. Nearly 29.4% of population of UP, 33.7% of Bihar and 32.6% of Odisha and 31.7% of Madhya Pradesh population is estimated to be living below the poverty line. In Punjab, only 8.3% of the population is below poverty line. In Haryana, 11.2% and in Rajasthan, 14.7% of the population is living below the poverty line. Now we have some more data that rural poverty continue to have an edge over urban poverty through both have show a significant decline over the time. Rural poverty has declined from 54% in 1972 to 73 to 25.7% in 2011 and 12. Urban poverty has declined from 42% to 13.7% during the same period. Owing to an explosive rise in a population over time, the number of those below poverty line has continued to swell both in the rural and urban areas. We are having some more data to discuss. In year 1960 to 61, number of poor is 17 crore and percentage of poor in the total population is 34. But now in 2011 and 12, the number of poor is 26.93 crores and the percentage of poor in total population is 21.9. And this is the data taken by the Economic Survey 2013 and 14, and Planning Commission estimated by Tendulkar method and based on the new poverty lines set by the government. Now here we can say there are some more reasons, some more information we have collected to see the poverty and the country is lagging behind due to poverty. Despite a booming economy and a $9 billion jobs program, India ranked poorly on poverty indicator. India's rural employment program spending in billions of rupees. You can see the data given here. You can see poverty in Indian states: Bihar, number of people below poverty line and percentage; Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, Odisha, Tamil Nadu, Uttar Pradesh, West Bengal, Goa, Gujarat, Haryana. That's all for today. Thank you, class.